this is Annie Grace answering readers' questions, and today I have a question from Lisa. Lisa asks, she says, Annie, I have a question. For those who've decided to stop drinking and I have, what is the hosting stance that most people take? There's holiday parties on, and I see the options are 1, serve alcohol at family friend events, don't serve alcohol, or don't even have these events. So this is a great question. I mean, you've recently decided to become alcohol free and you're wondering sort of what to do at family events. First and foremost, and before anything else, you need to do what you feel comfortable with. So if serving alcohol is going to make you uncomfortable or make it difficult for you in any way, then don't serve alcohol. Think about you first. I mean, you're going through a lot of transitions and changes and you're making some really empowering decisions. And sometimes those decisions are just like right out of the gate, super strong. You don't need, any kind of, you don't have to worry about it. You're not bothered by the alcohol being around. But sometimes those decisions can be, it might take some more effort, and so it really first and foremost has to be up to you and what you're most comfortable with. Second, I would say if your intention is to really make people feel more comfortable, obviously, when they don't feel judged. And I think the way that I've made sort of the most impact on people around me is when they don't feel judged by me. So I'll tell you what I did. So the first time that I'd always served, for who knows what reason, but I'd always served alcohol at my children's birthday parties, and so did all our friends. It was just totally normal to do. And so the first time we had a big, huge birthday party during the summer, and I made 2 batches of sangria. One was alcohol and one was alcohol-free. And so I was drinking the alcohol-free sangria, and I made a big note, alcohol-free, and then there was an alcohol sangria, but I was super, okay, everybody can do what they want and they can make their own choice. It was so surprising to me how many people chose the alcohol-free sangria. It was amazing. And sometimes when you're creative and inventive about things, people are like, oh, that sounds good. And by the way, this is a children's birthday party, and why are we drinking anyway? So that was really cool to me and really empowering. Not only did I give everybody the choice, but I made a really clear alcohol-free choice, which made a lot of people feel good. And interestingly, the alcohol-free sangria got drank at a much faster rate than the alcohol sangria. And one of the things that I say a lot and I absolutely love is I love that I'm at a point in my life that no matter what is in my glass, if my kids want a sip of it, I can say, yeah, go ahead. There's not going to be, no, this is just for mommy. And that's because, alcohol-free sangria, sure, have a sip, no problem. It's not just a mommy drink. And that's great. But then, as time went on, as the years went on, people knew that I just didn't drink, and my husband and I just didn't see the point anymore of buying alcohol. And so, yeah, we just stopped. And some people still bring their own. Most recently, we had a birthday party this past summer for my same son, and we had lots and lots of different drink options. We didn't have any alcohol, and there were 2 different people who showed up with their own 6-pack of whatever. And that for me was totally fine. Now, if it's not fine with you, again, that's the most important thing. But I think people change the most when they don't feel pressure to. They can become most mindful of their own behavior and their own relationship with alcohol when they don't feel judged and when they don't feel like you're kind of putting any expectation on them. And then they can say, and I think one of the coolest things is that people come to our house and they still come over for dinner, they have dinner parties or whatever, and they don't bring the bottle of wine anymore because they know we're not going to be drinking it. But then they go home, and it might be the only time that entire month that they hung out, and for some of our friends it's absolutely true, that they didn't drink, and they have a great time. And it's so empowering for them to be like, wow, that was okay, so it's almost like the reverse. They're having those experiences of not drinking with us. And then that's really good. So no, we don't serve alcohol anymore. But in my early days, it's funny because I'm not bothered. I'm less bothered by it probably now than ever before. But equally, in my early days, I was so concerned with how everybody else was going to feel that it was really important to me to make everybody feel really good and serve the alcohol. Now, people know. I mean, obviously, I've written a book about it. People know that I don't drink. And so not serving it is just much more natural and feels more authentic to me. And then, yeah, if people bring their own, they bring their own. So I don't put rules on it, but people know, but then they come to our house and they have a great time. And that's really, really cool to see too. But first and foremost, I guess there's no hard and fast rules. There's no kind of etiquette here that I sort of know of, except for make yourself feel comfortable first. And then your ease and your graciousness and your hostessness will flow on into the evening. And anybody else who has comments on this, write them below, because I'd love to hear what other people do. I mean, that's obviously just my experience, but we can all benefit from each other's wisdom and knowledge. Have you tried the alcohol experiment? Okay, if not, drop everything and go to thisnakedmind.com/experiment. This free 30-day challenge is designed to interrupt your patterns and put you back in touch with the best version of you. You remember it was that version of you that's living your most joyful life, the version that doesn't need alcohol to relax or to have a good time and is having more fun than ever. And again, this is a totally free challenge that will change everything for you. So learn more and join me 100% free at thisnakedmind.com/experiment. And as always, rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, as it truly helps the message reach somebody who might need to hear it today.